Today we are making a quick black bean dip that can only be described with this one word: amazing. Hello my dear friends, Raisa here from the Nutrinut. Today I have a recipe to share and a confession to make, so stay until the end of the video so you know what the confession is all about. For now, let's jump into our black bean dip recipe, and starting with our main star ingredient, which is the black beans. Now I cook my own black beans on my pressure cooker for a few different reasons. Number one, it's pretty easy to do. Number two, beans can cause bloat to many, but if you do soak your beans overnight before cooking, this little discomfort is greatly minimized and can even be eliminated. Number three, you avoid consuming unnecessary ingredients that go into canned beans to help with preservation. And lastly, it's much tastier since cooking it with spices will boost the flavor by tons. I cook mine with salt, garlic powder, bay leaves, and cumin. You can, however, use canned beans if you want, just don't forget to rinse and drain. To make our dip, you'll need the following ingredients: 2 cups of black beans. Now if you made your own, you can include some of the liquid, about 2 to 3 tablespoons, half an onion, 3 to 4 garlic cloves minced, juice of half a lime, 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. Now if you're using canned beans, you'll also need 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cumin, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. The first step is going to be chopping the onion and garlic and cooking them with a little olive oil. Now you'll want to do this to avoid that really strong flavor that onion and garlic have when they are raw. Now once your onion takes on a more translucent appearance, that's when you know it's ready. The next and basically last step is adding everything into your blender and blend until all the ingredients come together. You can adjust the consistency by adding more water if needed. Also, make sure to give the dip a try and see if it has enough flavor to your liking. You can enjoy this dip as a snack with some crunchy chips or veggies, or just simply add into your lunch and dinner bowls for protein, fiber, and iron. Now, confession time. Ready? I don't like beans, but wait a second, hear me out. We all have our pickiness on some level when it comes to food. Ever since I was a little girl, I strongly disliked beans. And of course, my mother would simply not have it. So I did what any reasonable child would do. I scooped the very bare minimum into my plate, enough only to count as having beans present so that I wouldn't get into trouble. But let me tell you, I really didn't enjoy it. Years later, when I started adulting, I made the decision to go vegetarian. So chicken was off the menu. What do I do now? Becoming a vegetarian was the invitation I needed to step outside of my comfort zone and start embracing creativity when it came to the kitchen. This included finding ways to enjoy beans. In my exploratory journey, I discovered that my issue with beans was the texture and not the flavor itself. It was the sensation of biting into the beans that really bothered me. Why? I mean, I don't have a clue, but it is what it is. I learned that I actually enjoyed blended beans. The scientist in me tested different recipes and preparations until I found what I enjoyed, and that is truly a beautiful moment. Now, why am I sharing this with you? I would have never known that black bean dips were so good if I had just given up on beans altogether. And this happens to so many of us. Just because you didn't enjoy something as a kid or even as an adult, it doesn't mean that it's not for you. Cooking is about exploring and finding the magic that can happen when you combine ingredients together. Now, before ending this video, I want to invite you to do a little journaling or just soul searching. Here's our theme. What are some foods that you didn't enjoy eating while growing up? Why? Are there different ways to try that same food that might actually be enjoyable? If you feel comfortable, share with the Nutrinut community in the comments. Well, that's a wrap for today. If you liked this video, it would really mean the world if you hit the little like button below and subscribe to the Nutrinut channel. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time,